Greetings, fellow Earthlings and viewers across the World Wide Web. This is Tune 215, and right now we're in the state of California. We're in the city of Los Angeles. We're going to be doing a drive-through of a neighborhood called Skid Row here in Los Angeles, California, right next to downtown. It's 59 degrees outside. We got clear skies. On my right-hand side, you'll see some tents. Right now we're on the edge of Skid Row. We're passing Kohler Street. We have a tattoo shop on my right-hand side, the United States Postal Office on my left-hand side. I'm going to merge to my right-hand side. We're approaching Sears Ave. We got some tents on my right-hand side. We got a gentleman riding by on a bicycle. Some people waiting for the bus stop, the 60 Metro bus on my left-hand side. Let's make this right on Gladys. See what Gladys looks like. We have a sofa on my right-hand side. We have several professional tents, and then we have several homemade tents where tarps were used. Got some graffiti in the backdrop on my left-hand side. We do have a vehicle behind me. There's a BMW. I'm traveling about 14 miles an hour, but I think they want to go a little faster. We have a dog on my left-hand side. I guess the owner of the dog is living out here, so the dog lives with him. Nice tropical tree on my right-hand side. We got several box trucks double parked here next to the Crab House Seafood Company. They're probably making deliveries, but these people are living outside of Seafood Company. On my left-hand side, you'll see more tents. You'll see a wheelchair with a broom and a dustpan sitting on the wheelchair. We're at 6 and Gladys. 6 and Gladys. The 600 block of Gladys Ave. We have somebody sitting on my right-hand side across the street. They're sitting on the curb. We got a green light. We're going to continue forward. We're passing 6th Street. We got some tarps making an awning on my left-hand side to create shade. We have a gentleman pushing somebody in the left-hand side of the street right here. Oh no, I thought he was pushing somebody. He's actually using a walker. We have a few people stationed up here next to the dumpster on my right-hand side. We have some more camping tents on the left. We have a nice Mercedes on my right-hand side, parked up next to the tent, and they got a generator out there, like a 5,000 watt generator, a heavy-duty one to power a house. We're at 5th Street. We're going to continue traveling forward. We're going to cross over 5th Street. Now, Skid Row spans from 3rd Street to 7th Street. We're on Central Ave. We're going to make this left-hand turn. I'm going to do it cautiously because there's a lot of traffic. We got a cold storage business in front of us. On my right-hand side, Los Angeles Cold Storage. We're approaching 4th Street. We're about a block shy of the border. So what I did today differently was I entered through the back side of Skid Row. I have a few other tours on my channel where I cover Skid Row, both walking and driving tours. And I usually enter from the front, from San Pedro, like from the downtown area. We're passing 4th Street. You got Little Tokyo Shopping Center on my right-hand side. We're right next to the Toy District and Little Tokyo. And then not far from that is Chinatown. All right, I'm going to make this left-hand turn here. You got a little tiny tent right here on my right-hand side. You see it? And there's some more smaller tents. Now, the block that seems to have the most enclosures or encampments outside is 5th Street. 5th Street and all the blocks that span that. 6th Street, 7th Street, 8th Street, they still have them, but just not as dense as Fifth Street. Fifth Street appears to be the most dense at the moment. We're on Town and Fourth and Town. This is generations of homelessness that you see out here. This area is officially known as Central City East. And as of the 2019 census, the population of this district was 4,757 people. All right, we're passing 4th Street. We have somebody on a Debo bike on my right-hand side, 2 gentlemen talking. We have a female on my right-hand side walking. We have a vehicle behind me. We have some people on my left sitting on the curb. Somebody standing near a pole. We have a giant tire on the street on my left-hand side. We got somebody crossing right here on my left. Somebody walking on the right-hand side with a cup of coffee. We're next to the Fred Jordan Missions. So I believe the mission is this, where they provide resources for people in need. Soups, food, things like that. Bread, home goods. Gentleman on my right hand side is walking with a bowl of food and he's eating. See, we're passing 5th Street. 5th Street, if we keep going down 5th Street, if you look at my other videos, you'll see that I went down 5th Street before too. We're going to go down 5th Street. We'll do it towards the later half of the video. But we're doing the cross blocks right now. We got a gentleman on my right cleaning up. There's a couple people out here with brooms. You go through every block, there's somebody out here with a broom. I'm traveling about 18 miles an hour. I do have a Honda Odyssey behind me. Look on my right hand side. They used a lot of plastic, like the construction, industrial grade plastic. And then they got a whole bunch of, smart car just passed by us. They have a whole bunch of racks of their clothing hanging outside. I don't know if they're like drying. I don't know if they like maybe got wet during the past rainfall. If they wash clothes and they just hang them outside. On my left, you'll see tents. On my right, you'll see tents. We're next to the Pacific Fresh Company on the left hand side. We're at the intersection of 6th and Town. On my right hand side, you'll see tents. Some of them are more thought out than others, meaning some tents are well put together, while others are just propped up at several different hanging points. Kind of like, remember when we were kids? I don't know how many of you guys did it, but I know I did this when I was a kid. I ain't even gonna lie. You'll take the blankets and you'll like pinch them in like the bureau, you'll pinch them in the bed. You'll try to make a little homemade tent when you was a kid. I know I did that. Anyway, that's what it looked like. A whole bunch of homemade tents. Looks like a bunch of little, they just hanging from different points. Alright, the Honda Odyssey turned off, but now we got a Benz behind us. We got a dog out here on my right hand side too. Yep, there was a dog out there. There's a bunch of tents on my right. I'm going to try to pull over maybe so that the cars behind me can pass us. This isn't really a 2-lane street, but it is wide enough. If somebody, see, boom, he's just able to pass me. I'm able to go a little slower. I'm traveling about 14 miles an hour right now. We're approaching 7th Street. So we're going to make this right-hand turn on 7th Street. We got the Continental Hotel on my left-hand side. That building that looks like a regular brick building, white bricks, that was a hotel in its lifetime. Right now, it looks like it's Sassy's on 7th. It looks like it's a little shop. They rent out a retail space. On our far left, you can't see it on the camera. You got campers, check cash on our right-hand side. And now we got tents on our right-hand side. Beds, mattresses. And it rained, I believe, a day and a half ago. So they pretty much probably got rained on. Oh, we got a truck coming through here to do some work, so we're not going to be able to go through that block. I wanted to go through there, but we're not going to be able to. That's Crocker Street. So we're going to continue forward to San Pedro. Crocker Street right there looked closed. Now in the area, you got the fashion district, you got the toy district, you got the flower area, flower district, where you can, floral decorations and plants for days. Let's make this right on San Pedro. There's a lot of these pedestrians to cross the street. The pedestrian has the right of way. We got tents across the street on the corner on my left-hand side. So these pedestrians are walking by tents daily. They're walking by the people who are living outside on a regular basis. The block on my left is dedicated to flowers. Plenty of flowers. On my right, You got businesses, right? But right in front of the businesses, what do you see? You see tents. And you got some of the makeshift tents, like I was telling you earlier. And then you got some of the more thought out tents. The thought out ones are usually like the real camping tents, like the Walmart tents, like the Dick's Sporting Goods, the Cabela's, like the actual camping tents, like the $30, $40, $50, $60 tents. I've even seen some heavy duty tents out here. Look on my left, smart car, convertible. Yeah, I've even seen some like pretty heavy duty tents out here, like some high grade. I'm like, whoa, like you guys really got a heavy duty tent. Look on my left, there was tons and tons of people out here. On my left and on my right, you got people just scattered out, sitting down, congregating, talking, politicking, chatting, living. We're approaching the warehouse district. You got historic downtown on the left, toy district on the left, Little Tokyo will be if you continue forward. We're approaching 5th Street. On the left, right in front of these apartment buildings, you'll see tents. It's incredible. I noticed the smart car in front of us slapped the Mercedes-Benz logo on it. We're passing 5th Street. Look on my right, somebody was doing like some sort of makeshift push-up on the side of a bench. Yeah, the Mercedes-Benz logo is because smart cars made by Mercedes-Benz. We're passing Winston. On our left, there's a floral design business. We got a bunch of vehicles blocking, but there's tents right out front of these floral design businesses. Estambres, La Pantera Rosa on our right. Vin Creative Craft store on our left. We can take this down to 3rd Street, but I'm going to make a right here on 4th Street. We got industrial buildings on our right. Sonic's Import Smoking Accessories on our left. LA Smoking Accessories. Omar Ave on our right. More tents right next to the parking lot. One stop food commissary on our left. Pyramids Wholesale on our right. We're on Crocker. So Crocker was the block that was closed off. Maybe we can hit one block of Crocker since the other block was closed off. Maybe just like one of them. Make this right hand turn. We're now on Crocker. We have an item in the middle of the street. It looks like a suitcase. Tents on my right, tents on my left. Some tents are densely placed next to each other. Some tents are spaced out. I guess you got to really like your neighbor here. We even have a camper out here on my left-hand side. It's an RV, Class C RV. Looks like a 20-footer maybe. We're on 5th Street. It looks like the next block is the block that they had where it was closed off for whatever services that they're doing for the street. I don't know if they're doing street cleaning. We're going to go right. I don't know if they're doing street cleaning. We're going to come down 5th Street. Remember I said this is where the most of the density was at? And you got a beautiful view of the skyline right in front of us on San Pedro. I'm going to make a left, though. We'll come down from the top of 5th Street. Matter of fact, let's take this past San Pedro, take it to the next block. Because there's even some around the next block, too, after San Pedro. Look at on my right-hand side, on my left-hand side. You got the Metro bus, the number 18 on my right-hand side. Gentleman on my left walking by. Is he braiding his hair? Is he braiding his hair or is he taking out his hair? If he's braiding his hair, he's a beast. Let me make this left-hand turn. It looked like he was braiding his hair. You got a little park on my right-hand side with tents. Yeah, this igloo, those igloo, what do you call them? It's like an igloo cooler. They had like several coolers out there. I guess since they don't have a refrigerator, what they'll probably do is buy like an igloo cooler and then they'll put ice in it and, have some cold drinks while you're outdoors. There's no real electricity. I saw a couple people with generators. So there are a couple people with generators. Oh man, it looks like this could be closed too. What? This is crazy, y'all. This is crazy. This is all closed. So peep game. So we're gonna have to make a U-turn right here in front of somebody's little tent enclosure. Yo, this little tent over here on my left has weed plants. It has weed plants on it. That's funny. They like spray painted a little stencil. See right there in front of us? They have some actual like weed plants stenciled right onto their tent. We're waiting for this person over here to make a U-turn. I'm not sure exactly what they're doing. I don't know if they're going to make a U-turn or what, but I'm going to go by them. Yeah, this block was closed off. I didn't expect it to be closed off, but look at it. So this block's all closed off left and right of here. So you come back here, there's like a point of no return. It looks like there's a mixture of residents from the buildings, random people living out here, and then people working, like city workers, cleaning up the streets. So this whole little park over here on my left, it looks like it would probably be like a public park. It looks like it's probably overthrown by the locals who live here or hang out here on Skid Row. All right, we're at 5th Street. We're gonna make this left-hand turn. That's San Julian Park, to be specific. There's a little tent on my right, a little canopy. It was like a canopy with a tarp. I'm gonna allow this person just to walk in the street because they was already walking in the middle of the street. You want to walk in the street, buddy? I was gonna let you walk in the street, but the other dude already did it for him. All right, we're on Wall Street. I'm gonna make this left-hand turn on Wall Street. I see Hotel Rosalind on my right-hand side. You got the police on my left-hand side. There's a tent right there in the corner, right where the police pass by. See it? A little, it's like it got chrome, kind of like the reflector. Yo, that's smart. That's actually smart. That's probably the smartest thing that I've seen over here in this tent community. They put, like a reflective material, because it makes sense, because if the sun is beating on your tent all day, it's hot. But if you use one of those aluminum foil thingy-majiggies that you use for your front windshield when you go out into the parking lot, when it get hot, you remember? You put them on your windshield. Yeah, you put that on your tent. That's innovative. Yeah, that's innovation, man. Listen, they the first person to start that. Now, come back 5 years later, you're going to see on everybody's tent, they're going to have aluminum foil on the rooftops. Look at more tents on my left. Somebody's tent broke on my left. Yeah, it looked like somebody broke it. But remember I was telling you that even the blocks aside from San Pedro on both sides all have little housing outside, little makeshift housing. And it's a community where I'm sure everybody knows everybody to an extent. It looked like those two guys about to fight across the street. They about to really fight, word? Hold on, they about to really fight across the street. It looked like they about to rumble. Across the street on my right-hand side, they about to rumble, yo. Hold on, they about to rumble on my right-hand side. Hold on. We got to stop. We got police right here in front of us. Look at, they about to rumble. There's cops passing us. I was about to bust this left. Yeah, they about to rumble, but like the cops is driving by, so I think the cops probably halted their little fight thing situation they about to do. They was about to rumble, but the cop sirens, I'm sure, probably made them calm down. Look on my left. Department of Water and Power, City of Los Angeles, receiving station on my left. Look at all these tents right in front of it. So you have hard hat workers on my left on San Julian out here working with a slow sign. On my right, that whole block was mobbed out with tents. Matter of fact, let's do this bottom half. Look on my left. There's people laying on the ground, bro. There's people out here laying on the ground, bro. They just laying on the cement. And they got their clothes folded up on the cement. Like, literally everything is just on the cement. It's messed up, but at the end of the day, that's what's actually happening out here. Just to give you some context, this is the middle of the work week, the middle of the work day, around the lunch hour. We got a gentleman in front of us on a fixed gear bicycle, a fixie, with the triple thick V-walls. I like those bikes. I used to have a couple. They have the thick wheels. I like them. And they got the flip-flop hub, so you can ride it fixed gear or you can ride it freewheel. For those of you who don't know what fixed gear is when you cannot stop the pedals on your bicycle with your leg, at least easily. It's more complicated. Freewheel, you can spin your pedal backwards. Fixed gear, you can't. Let's make this right on 7th Street. Look on my left. We're at San Julian, 7th and San Julian. I'm gonna make this right on San Julian. Got a female walking by with some flowers. Looks like she has a couple dozens of flowers and a bag that says reusable because it's a recyclable bag. She's an older woman. I don't know if she's probably transitioning to or from work, maybe. Maybe she just stopped by and picked up some flowers. I don't know. Let's make this right-hand turn. Yeah, we got some trash over here on my left. We got some tents. We got a porta potty over here on my left. First porta potty I've seen in the area. I guess it comes in handy if you got to use the lavatory, you know? I don't know where most of these people defecate at. Dude on my left is sitting there enjoying a meal and a drink. We got more tents over here on my left. The People Concern Building, the Moyo Lowry and Frank Rice Center. And then look at all these tents that are right in front of that. We got another porta potty over here on my left. Somebody pointing at the ground. What is he pointing at? Oh, he's like seeing things. He's just pointing at stuff. I'm gonna make this right-hand turn. Yeah, we got more people over here. These are the people that we passed earlier. Remember I said people laying on the ground? I think they're laying on the ground and then they're laying next to like a big pile of trash. Because I guess they sweep up, you know what I mean? But they leave it. They have one little area set up like a little bureau. Like, you know how you have your bureau top? You put like your little perfume and your lotion and everything. They had that set up like right there on the side of where they were laying at on the ground. All four corners right now are active, fully active. A lot of people out. Look across the street. Look at that tent. That's like a cave. Look next to that tree. It's like a 20 foot, 25 foot in length. They're taking a whole gigantic piece of real estate on my right on the sidewalk. A blue tent. I'm talking, that's a heavy duty tent. You got office desks, office chairs. You got ouch, that was a huge pothole. I don't know how I missed that. You got tables outside. Gentleman, he straight up put his finger up. Priceless. He put his finger up and said, wait. He put his finger up. And he walked straight into the determined, he had no concern for his safety. We just passed Town Ave. Yo, he just straight walked into it, put his finger up like, wait. We're passing Stanford? That was crazy. Now we're passing Gladys Ave, R&P Seafood Corp on our right. Let's make this left right here on this little tiny block. There's a dog on my right too with its owner. So there's several dogs living out here on Skid Row with the owners. Let's make this left on Sears. Or Ceres. Ceres. Look at my right, we got somebody just chilling. They got a phone, they over there texting, so they're able to just like chill, you know what I mean? I guess you'd be out here, phone pass time. Phone help you pass time, because we be on YouTube. And I wonder if anybody that be out here on Skid Row, living on Skid Row, with a phone, sits in their car and gets recommended a Skid Row video. You know what I mean? And then see themselves in the Skid Row video. That'd be crazy, right? Alright, we're going to go down 5th Street. Remember I said 5th Street was where the bulk of it was at, and I was going to save it for the later half of the video. Now we're going to go down 5th Street. And then we'll probably turn up San Pedro. San Pedro's pretty poppin' too. And then we'll probably top it off right where Little Tokyo's at, because I know around there. I was in Chinatown last year. Chinatown had a fair share of tents around the highways, which was surprising. I didn't expect to see them around the highway, but I saw a good 2, 3, 4 blocks worth of tents, just like we see here, all around the highway area. Alright, this is the top of 5th Street, and this is where you're going to start to see the tents. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. 27 tents. There's some on the off blocks. On the cross blocks, we're at Town and 5th. I don't know if I want to consider those in the tally. Man, I'm just, once I see them, I'm adding them. 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. Wow, 65. I'm losing count because there's so many. Roughly 65-ish running down 5th Street. 60 or so on 5th Street, from up to 6th, up to 5th and San Pedro. Now, like I said, I did see some on the corners. There's a little cricket canopy right there. They're trying to sell cricket services in this neighborhood. But yeah, that was a lot. That was a lot, all within one little strip. And over here you can see them. So there's probably a couple hundred tents in this community. Maybe, I don't know, I would estimate just by looking, anywhere from 300 to 500 tents. 300 to 500 tents just in this community. This is not counting the whole LA area. There's probably a couple thousand tents throughout the LA area. We're passing 6th Street, still in San Pedro. Yo, that tent on my left, it was so huge. That was the one that took up a huge piece of real estate. And nobody charging them for that. They ain't getting taxed for that. Now, I wonder if you decide to come out here and move out here, do you get taxed by the community? Do you get taxed by the residents? Like, you know, the veterans. Like, is there a veteran landlord? Now, it's crazy because it's the city's land, but is there like a hood person over here taxing the homeless? Saying, look, oh, you can't be out here on Skid Row. Like, you got to get permission. And even though it's just the streets, I can imagine something like that. You know, I can foresee something like that going down where they try to, like, you know, finesse people for like a couple bucks. Like, listen, you out here, you're gonna have to pay me $10 a day, or like, you know what I mean? Like, that'd be crazy. Like, bro, but we on the sidewalk. But somebody on my right, she getting out her car and her not that white one. There's a red truck on my right, SUV. She was getting out the vehicle and her alarm went off. But yeah, let's make this right on 7th Street. Little beetle on my right hand side, punch buggy, no punch back. Punch whoever next to you, your mother, your brother, your father, your sister, your niece, your nephew, your neighbor. The mailman comes by, punch him, then run back in your house. Yeah, we got tents all up and down here, guys. All up and down here. People congregating on every other corner, too. And I see hard hat workers, too, periodically on different corners. I don't know if they're planning work. I don't know what's the deal. You know, I don't know if they need to do street work, maybe, and they got to work around all of these tents, you know? That sucks. Probably be like a nightmare to organize, because you got to clear off the tents if you need to do work where there's tents at. You got a female on my right. She had like what looked to be like some sort of strange t-shirt tube top going on there. We're approaching Wall Street on my left hand side, right across the street. All you see, and this is more towards downtown. You're actually closer to downtown here. You got a lot more tents on my left hand side. You got a police officer on my right hand side stationed on the corner. On my right hand side. Let's go right on Wall Street. Anybody want to go in front of me? I'm confused on what's happening. Oh, there's somebody in the middle of the street waving traffic? Is it somebody crossing the street? Oh, there's a blind person crossing the street. I got it. There's somebody with one of those blind sticks. It makes sense. It makes sense. Oh, wow. He really can't find his way. Oh, that sucks. He has like, oh, wow. Like he needs a legit stick. Like, that's not even the stick for him. Like, that's just a cane, bro. You need help. I'm about to get out the car and help you, bro. Like, you like walking. Bro, you really blind? How are you navigating around LA and you really, Bro, you in the middle of the street. I don't know if he's doing that on purpose. Like, I don't know if that's his whole thing. I'm going to just make a right and I'm going to go right around him without actually hitting him. You know what I mean? Got a bunch of police over here on my left-hand side anyway. Look at that. Several police over here. Tents. Look at tents on my left. Dude smoking a cigarette in front of his tent. Another tent on my right. Instead of Skid Row, they should call this Tent City. Thru just renamed it. Thru just renamed it to Tent City. Straight up, this is like Tent City. Let's make this right on 6th Street. Look at we're coming around and it's like, crazy, yo. It's real out here.